Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Franco are champions! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
There's pictures in my brain like a spiritual thing straight out the book. It's a shook, 50-year new man, warrior. Swing swords like Conan, picture me. Pen and hand, right lines, moving the soul supported. When I die, you'll read this and say anything is rolling. My book without my rock, that make me bitter. My confidence is at that down, cause that make me a ruler. And it's right there, it's wrong. I'm similar to the swarm. Moving forward, for the nice point, they get enough. If I get shot today, my phone is not ringing again.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for your home team. Long Island's favorite football club, New York Empire FC! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the field for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame broadcast, coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Iceland. My name is Francis Argueta, and we have another night of thrill headed your way. New York Empire hosts East Coast FC in a rematch of the game, which ended in a 2-1 East Coast victory a month ago. That heated clash included a brace from Joey Garcia of East Coast and a goal from Stephen Hollis from the New York Empire, along with multiple red cards in the last minutes of the game. Today, these two meet again to settle the score. Empire remains in third place in the standings with 14 points, while East Coast has done some climbing recently to find themselves in 5th place. A match full of dynamite talent and maybe even late game dramatics again awaits us. Empire East Coast is up next. Off, and we'll take this time to introduce you to the starting lineups of today's match. For the Empire, you see them in yellow and black. They start with Justin Silva in nets, and the back three of Carlos Martinez, Trevor Henderson, and Yusuf George in the back line. They have a midfield of Daniel Moya at the 6 with Tim DeMay, Steven Rojas, Nico Reynoso, and Luca Kozomora to go up top. And the 2 men to put the goals in for tonight's game will be Mason Chetty and Naeem Charles. For East Coast, you see them in red and black stripes with white shorts. They start with Dennis Mejia in net, a back four of Emmanuel Centurion, Franklin Solarte, Ariel Barrera, and Olvin Yanis. 3 midfielders with Junior Velasquez, Rafael Castro, and Delwin Hernandez. And the top 3 of Joaquin Martinez, Jory Garcia, and Gabriel Bustamante to complete the starting lineup. We are just waiting on the ref starting whistle to get this thing going, and it promises to be a night full of action headed your way. And there is the whistle we were long awaiting for. It is Empire East Coast, and it's on its way next. Empire start off with the ball, and it is Trevor Henderson back passing to Justin Silva in net. Last time these two faced, it was originally deemed a 3-0 defeat to East Coast by forfeit. That ruling was overturned, and the win was given to East Coast by a 2-1 victory. 2 goals scored by Jory Garcia, who has been in goal-scoring form since returning to this roster. We'll see if he can get things started today. Empire will play defense in their home court. They have a big showing this evening for what promises to be a back and forth matchup once again. Here comes Empire playing with Carlos Martinez. Almost gives it away, and instead it goes out of bounds for an East Coast. Actually, an Empire throw-in. There goes Daniel Moya in the middle of the field trying to switch the ball, but he actually gives it away. And East Coast gives it right back to Empire. This will be a very tight match, just like it was in the first game. I can promise you that. Justin Silva with some pressure on him, he gets rid of it. And Empire trying to formulate some early offense here. Goes out of bounds for an East Coast throw-in. East Coast does not start this season the way they like, dropping many points in the earlier stages of the season, but they have since found their way up the table, up to 5th place. They were as low as last place, but that overturned point system from the last time these two faced gave all 3 points to East Coast as they have a free kick early on to work with. We apologize in advance as I am under the weather, but we couldn't miss this big time matchup in the UPSL Northeast North American Division. With the win, East Coast can have hopes for the top 4 race once again as they finished last year. They compete with Red Hook for that 4th position. And that just goes just above the bar as Justin Silva has a goal kick for New York Empire. For Empire, it's a lot of the same players that you have grown accustomed to this season. For East Coast, they have had some inclusions into the starting lineup with Joaquin Martinez, who is making his first few minutes of the season, as well as Olvin Yanis, who finds his way into the starting lineup. In the meantime, Naeem Charles plays a good ball over to Mason Chetty down the left wing, and he puts the ball one time into the box, deflected away by Centurion, and we have our first corner of the match by way of Empire. Good early offense for the team in yellow, good defense by the team in red and black. Taken quickly is the corner, and here comes a forward trying to make a cut inside the box. That is Reynoso who takes a shot and scores the first goal of today's match. Corner was taken quickly. Reynoso took care of the rest and finds the back of the net to open up the scoring for the home team today. No hesitation shown there by Reynoso, cutting inside, just inside the box, and has the angle to work with to put Empire in an early lead in this match. And just like that, they get the possession right back to start it all over again. There's a flick on by Naeem Charles, intercepted by the defense. And Empire has gone off to a fiery start in this one. Martinez earned his team a foul there and is grabbing his leg as he might have taken an awkward landing off that 50-50 challenge. Looks like it can be a knee issue there. He has that leg tightly wrapped there. And he's able to come back to his feet. He is able to continue in this match. Something to keep an eye on with the likes of Jory Garcia being a constant threat. In the meantime, here's Youssef on the ball, who is the captain of today's match. Steven Rojas pushing forward, takes a tackle, and no call by the ref. They get a throw in for East Coast instead. Barrera plays back to his goalkeeper, Dennis Mejia in pink, who lets go the ball, looking for the other Martinez, that is Joaquim. Carlos Martinez wins it first for another throw in. And it goes looking for Jory Garcia. Martinez takes him down and they get a free kick. Early threatening position for East Coast with this set piece. We'll see what they can come up with here to look to level up the scoring in today's match. In comes the ball from Delwin Hernandez straight into the hands of Silva, who will hold his offense to get the ball rolling once again with George Youssef. Luca trying to make his way up the field, gives it away to East Coast. In comes the throw in looking for Jory Garcia, who goes down. No call from the ref, and Empire get the ball right back. Back in 4th possession game so far. This time East Coast is fouled. That is Luca Kozumura, who gets the foul call against Empire, and East Coast has another free kick. Here comes the service into the box. Jory Garcia gets a header on it and cleared away for another throw-in. It'll be East Coast ball once again. This is Rafael Castro looking for support and finds it in Ariel Barrera. This is Gabriel Bustamante over to Delwin Hernandez. Hernandez still trying to find an opening, gives it away though. Rojas wins it, looks for Naeem Charles, but that is intercepted by Moncalian. I believe that is Centurion. Empire will have another goal kick to work with as our first 10 minutes of the match are down. Empire has the lead by way of Nico Reynoso goal. Looking for Naeem Charles once again. He's not able to time that jump. And here comes Tim DeMay. Charles getting surrounded by jerseys here. That was Solarte on the tackle from earlier, number 24. Jory Garcia, neat finish there to drop the ball down. It lands to Junior Velasquez. This is Centurion. Asking for someone to make a run, puts the ball into the box. Youssef clears that away. Lands to Rafael Castro, takes a bad touch and fouls Rojas, but Chetty pushes up the field. He has Naeem Charles as support down the right wing if he can find him. And will instead get a corner. Nope, linesman signals for a goal kick. Took his time there because it wasn't clear where that was going. Carlos Martinez is down on the ground once again, as well as Steven Rojas. Empire may be forced to make a substitution for the defender. And the ref remembers that tackle from earlier on Castro, gives him a yellow card for the first booking of the match. Martinez is still down, but not getting any physical treatment here. They're probably trying to warm up his replacement. He's once again back to his feet, but only to make his way off the field as he can't continue. Unfortunate, as you can see that brace around his knee. That is what he grabbed on that landing, so might be a lingering issue that Martinez is dealing with today. The substitution is made for Empire as Malcolm Sweat, number 13, comes on in place of Carlos Martinez. Here comes Chetty pushing down the left wing once again with that impressive speed. He makes the cut inside. Once again looking for support. That gets intercepted by the defense, but it lands to Luca, who's trying to make a move to find himself some space. Still Luca on the ball. Gets past his defender and take it on the outside of the box for a free kick in another dangerous position of the field for New York Empire. Chetty's speed is proving to be a problem for this East Coast defense to handle. Remember, off the first position, they got a corner and scored on the very next play. We'll see what they come up with from this free kick position. Looks like Reynoso may take this along with Luca. Reynoso may have the better angle, and he's the one who takes it. Doesn't get past the header from the defense. Rojas making a cut inside, gets taken down. No call by the referee. Jory's not able to handle that ball as it makes its way back to Empire, and to give it away again. Here's Jory now with Gabriel Bustamante down the left wing. Joaquin Martinez making a run down. Finds a chipping ball over to Delwin Hernandez, and Justin Silva makes a sliding grab of the ball to take care of the dangerous threat from East Coast. Moya on the ball now, over to Rojas. Bustamante wins it back for East Coast. There's a sliding tackle by Rojas to get the ball back for Empire. Chetty on the ball once again, gets fouled and gets another free kick for Empire. Here comes Rojas with the ball, looking for Chetty once again, this time too strong, and it lands into Dennis Mejia's hands as East Coast start up their possession once again with Rafael Castro. Castro takes on a couple tackles, hands it off to Junior Velasquez with Centurion down the left side. Jory asking for the ball here with Henderson on him, and Henderson does well. Give it away to Gabriel Bustamante, dangerous area of the field, and there's a deflection to score the tying goal of today's match. Bustamante levels the scoring in the 16th minute. Ball was given away once again, dangerous area of the field. Bustamante does what it takes to score the tying goal for East Coast and level us up once again. We resume play again as Empire was seemingly controlling this match up until that goal, which tied the game for East Coast. There's that constant pressure that East Coast puts on their opponent. That time it paid off, but here comes Steven Rojas looking to put his team up once again with Luca. Daniel Moya over to Naeem Charles. Gives it away, and Henderson has the task of guarding Jory Garcia. So far has done well. Rojas looking for Luca. Luca will get there if he can put a ball into the box. He does. There's a deflection from East Coast to earn another corner for Empire. These teams play as level as they come, and here comes the ball into the box. There's a header and deflection, and Naeem Charles gets on the other end to put Empire back on top. 2-1 for the home team. A little bit of mayhem on the set piece. Once again, Empire scores from a corner. This time putting pressure on the goalkeeper, Dennis Mejia, and it landed to Naeem Charles. All he had to do was put the finishing touches to find the net and give Empire the lead once again. East Coast draw was short-lived, but they will not be giving up that easy. First goal came from a shot off a corner taken quickly by Reynoso. This time the ball comes into the box and lands to Charles. Barrera trying to push that ball forward, gets a tackle against him and gets the ball for East Coast. Ref telling the player to back up. The referee did consult with the linesman to make sure that everything was clean on that goal, and he confirmed the call despite East Coast's wishes for it to not count. Empire get a free kick here. We are 20 minutes into the match. We have seen 3 goals so far, 2 for Empire, 1 for East Coast. And Tim DeMay is looking for more as the ball lands to Chetty, who's going to make another move into the box, puts the ball across, and it gets another corner. Chetty's presence is undoubtedly felt in today's match up to this point. The wind is picking up a little bit this evening as Reynoso has to reset the ball. And here comes the ball from the opposing corner. Chetty, that was actually DeMay trying to find contact. Lands to Sweat, who puts it back into play for Rojas. And Rojas is dispossessed. Empire does well to win it back. Rojas plays it over to Chetty. Chetty gets the ball once again from Luca. He can put a ball into the box once again or take a shot. He made one too many moves there as this possession ends in a goal kick for East Coast. Still pushing forward is East Coast, and they give it away on another throw-in for Empire. Luca trying to launch the ball forward, but finds no one but Dennis Mejia in net for East Coast. It's getting chillier as the night progresses. DeMay does well to win it back for Empire. It lands to Reynoso. Looking for Chetty. A little too strong that time. Here comes Olwen Yanez down the right side for East Coast. Trying to strike some life into this team. There comes a ball looking for Jory Garcia once again. That is the man you want on the ball right now. Being guarded by Henderson. He gives it away to Junior Velasquez. This is Emmanuel Centurion looking to put a cross into the box. It deflects over to Joaquin Martinez. Martinez over to Delwin. Hits off the referee. Pardon, that was Gabriel Bustamante there. Hits off the referee, so they'll get another ball here for Empire. We are just about halfway done with the first half of the first half, as Empire has regained the lead shortly after East Coast tied it. And that ball is inadvertently given away. East Coast will get another throw-in on Empire's side of the field. Here comes Martinez trying to make a move, forces a corner on the opposing side of the pitch. East Coast has something to work with off this set piece. We are nearing the 25th minute of the first half. Here comes the corner kick taken. That is the May to it first for Empire. Good tackle there by Delwin Hernandez to win it right back. Carlos Martinez back pass to Franklin Solarte. Mejia with a long kick. Looking for Junior Velasquez, who is fighting to keep that ball in play. Instead, it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Solarte goes back to Mejia once again. This Castro in the middle of the field looking for Martinez of East Coast. Martinez will try to keep that in play, but is not able to do so. It'll be another goal kick for Justin Silva. Empire enters today's match with the win, 5-3 victory over Brooklyn FC 2 weeks ago today. Before that, it was a 2-2 draw to second place, New York Braveheart. And their defeat of the season was to East Coast before that. 1 month ago, it occurred in Nassau County over in the Mitchell Athletic Complex. He plays back with Sweat, who goes over to Reynoso with a nice move there to avoid the two defenders on him. There goes another ball over to Luca now, who's not able to keep it in bounds. Over to East Coast it goes once again. But clever footwork there by Reynoso. Once again, the referee's telling the player putting the ball back in play to back up to where the out of bounds occurred. And comes to Daniel Moy on the ball. Read well by the East Coast defense. Jory Garcia trying to play on Gabriel. Gets a foul called against him on that pass. Reynoso on the ball once again, over to Tim DeMay. DeMay looking for Chetty. Too strong. East Coast enters this match with a loss to Red Hook FC 2 weeks ago today. 2-1 defeat that was to fourth place Red Hook. That win could have potentially had them leapfrog Red Hook for fourth place in the division. And they also lost to the New York Renegades the week before that, 3-2, as they pushed the offensive forward here with Olwen Yanez. Backtracks over to Joaquin Martinez, who tries to put a ball into the box, gets deflected by the first defender, and cleared away by Trevor Henderson. Aria Barrera trying to fight to keep that ball in East Coast favor. Instead, it lands to Naeem Charles, who will try to hold the ball, waiting for support. Instead, it gets taken down. And Empire has another free kick. Yusef switches over to Reynoso. Over to Charles. This is Daniel Moya now trying to play on Luca, but too strong of a pass once again. All the way back it goes to Justin Silva as we are in the 31st minute of this match. About 14 to go. With Empire, the home team in today's matchup, having the lead 2-1. They get it right back here with Tim DeMay, who cuts inside. And there is a yellow card offense for East Coast once again. That is Junior Velasquez. Looked like that was out of frustration yellow card that he earned himself. He joins Castro as the only men booked in today's match. East Coast puts himself in another dangerous spot on the field as Empire has a free kick to work with. A bit out of range to take directly, but we'll see what they can come up with here to put Dennis Mejia under pressure once again. Charles is behind it, so is Nico Reynoso. There it is, taken quickly. You can see what they were trying to do there, but Mejia read it well, intercepted the pass, coming over to Tim. Be sure to stick around at halftime to view your fresh plays of the month on Game and Frame. Joaquin Martinez has the ball now. Dispossessed briefly, lands over to Rafa Castro. Solarte plays on Centurion. Velasquez is put under pressure by Chetty. Goes all the way back to Mejia. Centurion on the ball once again, over to Gabriel Bustamante. Bustamante trying to find Centurion, gets intercepted by Sweat. Foul call there on Junior Velasquez. Barrera trying to push that ball away from his half, goes out of bounds. Empire gets the ball again as they have been somewhat comfortable in their lead. East Coast briefly as they are actually on the offensive once again. Bustamante finds himself in a good spot. Silva exits his box and takes care of that threat. But the East Coast chances have been few and far between up to this point. Nice pass there by Jory to find Bustamante once again. Bustamante is waiting for his help. That is Martinez, and Silva gets to that ball first. He is well positioned to take care of that pass. We have 10 minutes to go in this first half. Empire leading 2-1. They give it away to Castro. Castro has a shot here. He finds Jory Garcia. Garcia takes a shot and he ties the game. Once again, it is 2-2 East Coast. That is the guy you wanted on the ball for East Coast, and he once again cements himself as one of the best strikers in the division. He ties it up for the team in red this evening. We were saying that East Coast hasn't had a lot of chances, but the few that they have had, they have executed. And once again, they tie up the scoring. First time it was Bustamante, this time it was Garcia. And those two have been playing very well together in this match. East Coast is a team that just will not go away. So Empire will have to work to get the lead back once again. Here's Chetty on the ball. Junior intercepts. Looking for Martinez once again. Henderson takes care of that. And once again, it looks to hit off the ref. Daniel Moya on the ball over to Youssef. The team has to recompose. That long ball lands straight into the hands of Mejia. And East Coast has life once again. Nice move there to avoid the challenge by Centurion. Here comes Delwin Hernandez over to Jory Garcia, who is out for blood. There goes a nice pass over to Martinez, and it is caught offside. Would have been the goal that put East Coast on top, but Martinez just a fraction too soon for that pass. Jory has not just scored a goal today, he has been placing a lot of good passes for his teammates and has put them in good positions to succeed. Silva launches that ball forward looking for Chetty. East Coast to it first. And it lands to Trevor Henderson once again. This is Moya. Now Rojas gets taken down. This time no foul called by the referee. We play on with Martinez. Here comes Emmanuel. It lands to Bustamante off the deflection by Sweat. He lifts that ball forward over to Martinez, who keeps it in bounds. Martinez will look for support, gets taken down inside the box. No call by the referee. And Silva has the ball in his hands. We have about 5 minutes to go in the first half. It has been back and forth as you would expect. 2-2 is the score after Jory Garcia leveled us up once again. East Coast is not done as they are on the offensive once again with Velasquez. Bustamante looking for an opening. Delwin continue to fight for that ball. It lands to Jory, looking for Delwin once again, but gets intercepted. Naeem one touch pass over to Chetty, and Mehed bounces his way as he takes on Barrera. Barrera takes a tackle, but Chetty goes through it. Over to Rojas now, inside the box. Rojas takes a shot and blocked by the defense. That is Barrera with a clutch sliding tackle to force another corner for Empire. Here comes the service into the box. DeMay fighting for that ball. Here is Delwin again. Delwin taking the contact, finding Jory Garcia on the other end of the pitch. And this might be a favorable matchup for him. He cuts inside. He cuts outside. Puts the ball into the box. Delwin trying to find his feet. It still rebounds his way. And not the right pass there, but Gabriel wins it back anyway. This is Castro. Takes a long shot, and it is far above the crossbar for an Empire goal kick. Three minutes of regular time left, and there's breezy conditions on this Saturday evening in Suffolk County, Central Islip. Nice read there by Rojas. Be sure to keep it posted on Game and Frame tomorrow as we have some more games headed your way. First, it'll be Penn Cyprian Freedoms versus Manhattan Celtic, 6:30 p.m. in the UPSL Metropolitan Conference semifinal action, as there's a foul there for Empire. The Long Island Rough Riders face Morris Elite Soccer Club at 7 p.m. in the USL 2 Metropolitan Division. And Austiners FC faces New York Shockers at 7 p.m. in the NPSL North Atlantic Conference to close out the action for Sunday night's games. Empire has another free kick to work with. It is Luca that is going to be taking this one. In comes the service to the box. Goes all the way over to Naeem Charles. There is a free kick earned by East Coast. East Coast takes possession once again. They could be the happier of the two sides up to this point, being that Empire has controlled most of the possession, it seems like. But East Coast has been able to find the net twice. Solarte, long ball, looking for Bustamante up the pitch, goes out of bounds for an Empire goal kick. As we have completed the first 45 minutes of this match, we'll see if any extra time is added. Silva takes goal kick quickly. Sweat looking for Chetty. Defended by two guys in East Coast. Now it's just Barrera. And Empire will have another corner kick. Reynoso will be the one to take this corner from the right side flag. In comes the ball to the box. Still anybody's possession here. Martinez comes out on top for East Coast and gets the inbound call for the visiting team in today's match. There's a handball call there on Steven Rojas. We are over a minute of extra time into the first half. Rojas. That was Moya actually, and that ball goes all the way down the field for a goal kick, which won't be taken because we have a halftime whistle to signal the first 45 minutes have ended, and we have another 45 to go. It is a 2-2 score line here as Jory Garcia leveled it up for East Coast, and we'll be right back with the second half kickoff in just a few minutes.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings, And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
We are just about ready for kickoff for the second half here in Central Islip, New York. We're in the Central Islip Sousa Sports Complex. There is the whistle to get us started for the second 45 of the game. It is Empire home in yellow and black. The visiting East Coast FC, red and black stripes with white shorts. Nico Reynoso of Empire opened up the scoring for today's match. Bustamante responded with the shot, which found the back of the net off a slight deflection. Naeem Charles off a second corner of the match. Second goal off a corner in the match found an opening to get the lead once again for Empire. And East Coast scored by way of Jory Garcia. Once again, as he seems to always do, he shows up when his team needs him the most to tie the game at 2 apiece. It has felt like Empire has dominated most of the match, but what counts is the fact that East Coast has had 2 good scoring opportunities and have capitalized off of them to have these teams level at the break. Seems like more of the same lineup that we saw in the first half. If there are any changes, we'll be sure to let you know. Martinez was forced off to injury in the first half. That is Carlos Martinez of Empire. In his place came in Sweat. That has been the only change in this match. We're coming to you live from a chilly Long Island in a big match for the UPSL division, Northeast American North Conference. Solarte is there to clear that ball away and lands to Empire. East Coast once again on the ball. Here comes Jory Garcia, who is in an offside position. George Youssef is the captain of today's match for Empire. Jory Garcia, his opposing captain. Rojas seems to have pushed that ball a little too forward, but it lands to Moya anyway. Here comes Tim DeMay down the right side. Back to Daniel Moya. Joaquin Martinez not able to control that ball. They find Luca down the left side of the pitch, looking to make a move on his defender. Goes back to Naeem Charles. This is Chetty back to Charles. Back to Chetty. That is Luca. This time the flag is raised on the opposing side of the pitch for an outside call and East Coast possession. Giannis plays it back for Barrera. Jory had a great first half for East Coast, not just scoring his goal, but also putting in great passes to get his teammates involved. On the other end, Chetty, not on the score sheet, but his possessions and constant threat for some corners, which ended up in goals scored for Empire. Was that another ball that bounced off the referee? Because that would make it the third time today's match that has happened. Just can't seem to get out of the way Sweat drops that down. And there's a long ball sent forward looking for Charles. East Coast is to it first. This is Hernandez. East Coast making their way forward. Looking for Jory Garcia, but gets intercepted by Empire's defense. This is Rojas now on the ball. Launching it forward, looking for Tim DeMay, but it goes out of bounds for an East Coast throw-in. Bustamante now on the ball. Goes back to Velasquez. Velasquez continues to push forward. Now has Delwin Hernandez. And good defense there shown by Luca. Now Empire on the offense is Charles. Luca makes a move on Barrera. Luca continues to go inside the box. Forward goes down in the box. No call by the referee. He says play on. I believe that was Chetty that went down from that tackle. Giannis plays it quick with Hernandez. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez back to Giannis now. Giannis looking for Martinez up the pitch. Henderson is to it first. Puts in a good body to get rid of the danger and get his team a goal kick. Rojas now over to Luca. Castro intercepts for East Coast. This is Centurion on the ball now. And that gets intercepted by Tim DeMay. DeMay continues to push forward. Gets taken down and earns his team a free kick. 2 yellow cards were shown, both to East Coast in the first half. Those were to Rafa Castro and also Junior Velasquez. So 2 important midfielders on East Coast have been booked and remain on the pitch. Looks like this free kick will be going into the box from Reynoso. Reynoso with the ball, looking for DeMay. Makes contact, but Mejia makes a comfortable save there to keep this thing leveled. And he goes quick over for Delwin Hernandez. But he's not able to find him. Too strong of a pass. Empire gets the ball right back. This is Rojas now. Moya looking for Charles up the field. No offside call. Charles has the shot. He takes it, and it goes wide off target for an East Coast goal kick. Charles not able to keep that effort low and on goal. East Coast is on the offensive now with Giannis. Goalkeeper telling Giannis to retake that throw-in as he was too far up the pitch from where it went out of bounds, and he does it one more time. That has been done a couple of times in this match, and Empire thought they were going to get the ball, but instead Giannis gets the third attempt and goes out of bounds anyway for Empire. Henderson plays on Sweat, who pushes up the field looking for some help. That gets intercepted right away. This may land to Charles. Charles gets taken down, and another free kick to the home team. "10 minutes out in the second half, no score yet. Still 2-2. We have 35 minutes to go.
Let's go, Empire!
Between the third place Empire and fifth place East Coast FC. The wall is set, and Reynoso will take this free kick once again. It goes over to Chetty, who had the opening but was off target on that header. He gets ready to take this goal kick. It's been a somewhat slower start to the second half than the first, but give either of these teams an inch and they will make you pay. Hernandez now, back to Giannis. Looking to take on Charles. Plays on Martinez. And looks like that ball went off of Martinez for Empire to get the ball back, but the main official returns and says that is East Coast ball. Charles lifts it up over for Chetty, who pushes up the field. Chetty has an opening here to put a ball across the box if he finds it. He does so. There lands over to the forward. That is Rojas. And he's not able to convert that time. East Coast swarmed on Rojas to make it difficult for him to find the shot he was looking for. Here comes Reynoso pushing up the field, and he gets taken down by Castro, who is on a yellow. Looks like Empire will make a substitution here. We'll find out soon who that is for. Looks like it may be Charles that is exiting the pitch. That sub has taken place, and we'll let you know shortly who that is for. Looks like it is Sebastian Monroy with number 3 that enters in Charles's place. Reynoso takes that free kick, and it almost lands to his forward there, but it bounces out of bounds for another East Coast goal kick. East Coast has already beaten this New York Empire squad. Getting a draw will be another win in their books, judging on the way their season got off and rolling. Giannis plays on Dolan. This is Velasquez. Not on the same page there. They give it away. Chetty is on the ball now. He has Velasquez and Castro defending him. Chetty continues to cut inside. He gets past both of them. This Reynoso scored the first goal of the game. Can he find the second? Not able to make clean contact. It bounces inside the box and lands to Empire. Monroy trying to keep it in play, but it goes out of bounds for East Coast. Ref signals for a free kick on Martinez. Yusa continues to get those fouls against, playing a little too physical for the referee's liking. It's taken quickly with Martinez. Goes over to Giannis. And this is Delwin Hernandez now. Castro. Martinez. Luca clears it out of harm's way, looking for Chetty up the field. Not able to control it that time. Junior Velasquez comes out on top instead. Junior trying to get away from it. Luca tackles, goes back with Ariel Barrera, who goes further back to his goalkeeper, Dennis Mejia. Mejia looking for Jory Garcia now, and lands to Gabriel Bustamante, who forced that first goal into the net. Lifts it up for Joaquin Martinez, who has the space to work with down the right side of the pitch. He makes his move inside, takes a shot, gets deflected, and it lands to Junior. Velasquez on the ball, over to Martinez once again, who puts a cross into the edge of the box. Empire comes out on top. Now they're looking for Rojas on the opposing side of the pitch. Good defense shown there by Giannis. Barrera once again on the ball. Almost given away, but there was Castro to get it back. East Coast on the offensive now. Giannis, plenty of space on the right side of the pitch. Once again, goes over to Delwin Hernandez in the middle of the pitch. Over to Jory Garcia, not able to handle that pass. Now this is Monroy for Empire. Chetty going one-on-one with Barrera, but Barrera, the ever good defender he is, makes a timely tackle to get an out-of-bounds play for Empire. Wow, what a move there by Reynoso to get over Giannis. Goes to Rojas, another sliding tackle by Barrera, wins it back for East Coast. Now Hernandez trying to find Jory, but defense is well positioned to intercept that pass. And it looks like Reynoso is still down on the pitch, and he will be getting attention to here. About 20 minutes into the second half, still no score. 2-2 is the score line from the first half. The man on the pitch right now on the floor, Reynoso, opened up the scoring in the first few minutes of the first half. We'll see if he's able to resume after getting attention. Actually, it looks like that is Rojas that is on the ground, not Reynoso. Steven Rojas is the one who got the brunt end of that tackle. We'll remind you to tune into Game and Frame tomorrow as we have more games headed your way. To start things off, it is Pan Cyprian Freedoms versus Manhattan Celtic at 6:30 p.m. Long Island Rough Riders face Morris Elite at 7 p.m. and Oscars FC faces New York Shockers at 7 p.m. North Atlantic Conference of the NPSL. We will get another drop ball here for Empire once Rojas is completely off the pitch. Believe we will also be seeing another substitution heading for Empire. Kequan Aaron enters the pitch with number 18. This ball goes over to Jory Garcia, who is backtracking, waiting for help to arrive. He does well to handle the challenges there from Empire. It lands to Delwin Hernandez over to Castro. And this is now Giannis. Good defense shown there by Luca. Goes over to Junior Velasquez. And the May intercepts for Empire. And they are here in a good position with numbers now. The May continues pushing forward. Now is Aaron, who just came onto the pitch. Aaron has looking for an opening. Now Reynoso. And he did not see the incoming traffic, which was from East Coast. There's an offside flag here raised by the linesman. And Empire will get a free kick. This is Monroy. Over to Luca. They're looking for Chetty once again, and it bounces to Chetty. Chetty takes a shot, and Chetty scores! There is a goal he was long deserving in this match. Created the chances, and this time he finishes it one to give Empire the lead for a third time today.
Number 10! Number 10! Number 10! I can listen now!
Chetty continues to show opposing defenders a hard time when he's on the pitch. That long ball has been played all game. This time it lands. This time they find the back of the net and they are looking for more. The forward goes down there. I believe that is Moya. No foul called by the linesman. Now is lifted over to Jory Garcia on the opposing end. Looks like he took a shot to the face and it's actually going the other way. Garcia still on the floor, but the referee signaled a foul against him and will wait for him to get up as Empire has another free kick. About 25 minutes to go now in the second half. Chetty pushes once again, puts a ball across the box. The May is on the other end. Tim looking to take on his defender one-on-one. Bustamante goes down, and this is another corner headed Empire's way. We'll see if East Coast is able to respond a third time. But in the meantime, Empire will take this corner, and we'll see if they're able to capitalize once again. In comes the service. There comes the cross. And it's hit out of bounds for, this time, a goal kick. "20 minutes to go, 3-2 for the home team. They are looking to avenge an earlier defeat. 4 weeks ago, it was 2-1 over in Nassau County. 2 goals by Jory Garcia gave East Coast a win then. Now it's been a contributing effort by all of Empire's squad, starting with Reynoso, followed up by Charles, and the third goal comes to Chetty. Looks like Joseph Luque has found his way onto the pitch for East Coast FC. That is a substitution that took place a while ago. Hernandez is on the ball and he gets taken down. Giannis on the ball now, over to Delwyn. Delwyn nearly gives it away, but there's Castro to recover. Castro is looking for Gabriel, not on the same page that time. It goes all the way to Justin Silva, who will milk some time off the clock with his team leading once again. There's a free kick called on Empire once again. Empire has climbed their way up to 5th place. They look to not be done yet. What can they come up with here to tie this game once again? There's a ball trying to put into the box, not getting past the defender that time. It lands over here to Centurion, takes a wild shot. It looks to land to Luque, who is an offside call. Offside flag was raised, and Empire will have a free kick to work with. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. And here comes Aaron. The ball lands to Chetty. Still alive here for DeMay, who takes a long shot and is once again off target. 16 minutes to go of regular time for East Coast to find the tying goal, or for Empire to cement this victory and get vengeance on the defeat earlier in the season. There's Mejia looking for Giannis. Hernandez looking for the run made by Luque. Ball is lifted up looking for Bustamante. Not able to connect up to this point. Not a lot of shots taken by East Coast in the second half. Monroy not able to handle that one. And lands to Delwin Hernandez, looking for Jory Garcia. Looks like more subs will be taking place for Empire, as it is Daniel Moya that is exiting off the pitch with the number 6. In comes the ball for Empire. Coming onto the pitch is Steven Sisso with number 21. They are looking once again for Chetty, who is not done running. Chetty gets to that ball. Now he's making a move inside. Back heel to Reynoso. Aaron on the ball. Reynoso went down. Play on, says the referee. Aaron puts the ball across the box. Almost connects there. Sisso now, the sub, pass it on to the shot taken. And DeMay is once again not able to keep it down and on target. East Coast sees another day. It's still just a 1-goal deficit for the team in red for this evening. Velasquez on the ball with some room to work with. Passes it to Hernandez. Garcia's trying to get himself more involved this second half. Goes down, plays on. Gabriel switches the field over to Centurion. Solarte getting pressed by Chetty, but he does well. Under pressure, plays back to Mejia. Barrera on the ball, looking for Jory, once again. Aaron makes a nice move to get past Hernandez's tackle. Lucas seems to foul him, but play on. Chetty now. Over to Reynoso. Reynoso loses the ball. Monroy over to DeMay. Sisso. This will be an important victory if Empire can contain this lead to keep track with the top 2 in the division. That is, of course, New York Renegades and New York Braveheart. East Coast has about 10 minutes to go of regular time to square us up once again. They're looking for Jory Garcia once again. This time it could land for him. If he can find the room, he could take the shot. He does take it, but is off target. And it'll be a goal kick for Justin Silva. One of the few times they've had an opening in the second half, but they were not able to convert this time around. Garcia seems to have at least a defender, if not two on him at all times. A player goes down for Empire, middle of the field. We'll see if he gets attention here. Looks like it could be Chetty from my perspective, but a little bit hard to tell from here. Always keep an eye on Game and Frame for the fresh plays of the month. You'll see them posted on our Instagram page as well, as Chetty looks to be heading off the field after a valiant effort in today's match. Constant threat, and finished his performance with the third goal that has given Empire the lead and could be the winning goal in this match. MG Goose enters the pitch with number 11, and he is going to be a burst of energy on the field. You will soon see that. Always seems to make an impact when entering the pitch for Empire. Back to Mejia, the ball goes. There's a flick on by Luque. Goes all the way back to Silva in net once again. That is lifted into the middle of the pitch where only East Coast is. Junior Velasquez on the ball now. It is going to be a full team effort trying to find the tying goal in this match as time continues to tick off the clock. Bustamante plays on Luque. Defended well by Luca. It lands to Luque anyway. He puts the first time cross into the box. Youssef to it first. That'll be a long ball going out of bounds here. Looks like East Coast will have another sub taking place here. Franklin Solarte is exiting the pitch. Looks like it'll be an offensive substitution to be had. I believe that is Teofilo Chavez, the Honduran forward for East Coast that enters the pitch, trying to put another number up front on the pitch to find the back of the net. Giannis puts in a cross, and it's not a good one. Goes out of bounds for Silva goal kick.
All of them all. Any of them twins? No. She did it 7 times. Okay.
Silva takes this goal kick. It's a long one. Bounces all the way over to Mejia. A little over 5 minutes to go in this second half. Just a one goal separating the two teams right now. Castro looking to make a move on Ciso, taken down by Goose. And Goose gets the first yellow card of the match for Empire shortly after entering the pitch. Castro seems to still be down. Slowly trying to make his way back to his feet. Gabriel lifts the ball up, looking for Chavez. That is Joey Garcia up there too. Deflected away by Empire. And they get the ball and possession once again as they look to put the finishing touches on a win at home versus East Coast. '86th minute of the match. Empire leading 3-2. East Coast putting up last-ditch efforts in hopes of tying this match. In comes the ball for Joey Garcia. He gets past one man. Tries to give away the pass there to Luque, but it's intercepted by Empire. This could land for Goose on the opposing end. Empire will get a free kick here to milk some more time off the clock. I believe they're getting ready to get another sub into the match as well. Reynoso looks to be heading off the pitch. I believe that is Wilbur Gomez entering now in his place. Here it comes for Goose. Goose makes a move. He continues to go forward. He can put a ball across. Wilbur Gomez just subbed in, and he's inches away from the goal. Would have been an instant impact. It wasn't to be though. 2 minutes left in regular time. We'll see how much is added in extra. Can't be too much. Not a lot of time has been wasted here in the second half. Jory Garcia called for the foul there. He was battling for possession. Youssef over to DeMay. Goes back to Ciso. Monroy was trying to find the quick pass there, unsuccessful. And Gabriel Bustamante will get the ball back in the 89th minute for East Coast. Can they come up with something here like they have the previous two times? That gets kicked far and away by Empire. Mejia sprinting to get that ball back for his team. This is Barrera looking for Castro. Castro with a nice flick on there, trying to get away from his defender. Makes another move to get away from Luca. This is Chavez now. Chavez needs to put a ball across the box. He does so and gets deflected for a corner. And East Coast will have another chance here off the set piece. Great play there started by Castro. Now has Empire playing some last-minute defense to seal this victory. Here comes a cross into the box. It goes past everybody. Mejia's even up front. MG plays that on for Ciso. Mejia trying to run back to his net. Ciso has a shot if he can take it from this angle. Ciso plays it back to Monroy. That was off target. Monroy trying to keep it in bounds. Not able to do so. East Coast will get the ball back. If I'm Ciso, I would take that shot. Mejia was not completely back to his position. We are in the first minute of extra time now. How much is to be added? We don't know just yet. That ball is launched forward, looking for Chavez up front. Castro drops it down. Luca does well. This is Ciso on the ball. Castro trying to win it back. Fouls him instead. Castro gets a second yellow card. That's going to be a red now, as East Coast is down to 10 men to finish this match. Castro put in a good effort in this match, but his second yellow sees red as he will exit the pitch early in what is going to surely now be an Empire victory.
Yellow!
Well, we couldn't end this game without a red card the way the first game went. It comes in the last minutes of the match, as Empire will now just look to put the final nail in the coffin here. Now it's just a race against the clock for East Coast. Ref looks at his whistle but is not ready to blow the full-time whistle just yet. We are in the 93rd minute now. Monroy comes out on the ball here, looking for Goose up the pitch. Offside call on Goose. East Coast will be able to take this free kick, and they do. They take it quickly. But there is the final whistle of the match. It ends with an Empire victory, 3-2. Mason Chetty finds the lone goal in the second half to cement the victory at home and vengeance for Empire. For Game and Frame, my name is Francis Orgueta here with Roberto. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
This is Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame after Empire win it 3-2 at home versus East Coast. For head coach Max here with Mason Chetty, who scored the winning goal of the match. Coach, we'll start with you first. This team beat you last time away from home. You found vengeance here. How did your team get it done today?
I think today we came out with a lot more energy. Our guys, we took it in the chin last game. That was our only loss of the season. They battled hard. Today we knew we needed to go 100% the entire 90 minutes, and we did. Our bench players came in, give a full effort, 3 different goal scorers. Proud of the performance.
For Mason, you were very involved in the first half, but you haven't had that goal until the second half, and you put the final nail in the coffin to give your team the win. How did it feel like, and what was it like competing with these guys today?
Felt really good. A lot of practice and changing up the players at halftime, and non-stop energy gets the goal.
What do you guys need from your team the rest of the way here as you look to cement a top 3 position, possibly even more?
We just need to keep finding the back of the net. We've been defending well, but we give a couple silly goals away. We got to defend a little better, find the back of the net, finish all our chances, because I think tonight we could have had 6 or 7.
All right, Coach, thank you guys very much. It ends once again 3-2 for Empire as they win it at home versus East Coast FC. Thank you very much.